Get ready to get inspired. I'm going to show you some of the most spectacular crypto recoveries we've ever seen. Coins that have dropped to unimaginable lows and then defied all odds and recovered back up. But I think first we'll start off with XRP, Ripple coin. Ripple coin defied all odds, my friends. Ripple had a third cycle curse. So Ripple XRP was around for cycle 1 here, 2013. Its second cycle, which was the famous one, did 600x in 1 year, January to January. So that was cycle 2. And then cycle 3 was the famous SEC attack on them, and it basically made a lower high. So everybody thought XRP was left for dead. Then what happened was XRP defied all odds and it consolidated down after doing an 80% drop. And as you know it, Bob's your uncle. All right. So it did a nice big whopping move up and it actually led the whole market in the run up, which is beautiful. So even though XRP wasn't a particularly enormous crash, even though it kind of was. I mean, like in the 2017 aftermath, it dropped from the top to the bottom. Let's check it out, friends. This is quite an enormous movement. From the top to the bottom, it dropped 96.64%. And it still came up to break the high. I was making videos in 2024, begging the universe, please, Mr. or Mrs. Universe, please recover XRP. Because it would be inspirational for everybody else holding their coins to know that it's possible. Because XRP community, you know, everyone knows this, right? XRP's tech, there's no real tech. They copy-paste stuff. They're like really backwards. They had to copy-paste and fork the Uniswap chain, but they've been dumping $1 billion worth of profitable tokens and stuff out here. But it doesn't matter. They have a network of people. It's a city, okay? So that's how crypto is valued. It's valued like a city. It's valued based off Metcalfe's law. Let's start with another famous one, friends. Cardanzo. Cardanzo dropped 98%. pDAI, Charles Hutchinson coin, dropped a whopping. Okay, you check this out, man. I mean, what a freak. This, friends, Cardanzo literally looked dead. It literally looked dead, and it was down, friends. It was down 98%. Let's check out this proper actual move. Like, you would check it out, man. It was like this zombie virus. 98.61%. Call it 99%. Game over. What did it do? Without any smart contracts from the bottom, Cardanzo rallied. All right, now I know I'm bottom ticking it. It rallied 167x. The total daily active users of Cardanzo, they were about 10K here, and they were about 150K up here. Okay, so let's just call it 100K users. So Cardanzo did a 10x on its user base, daily users. Went from 10,000 to 100,000, roughly, right? And Metcalfe's law basically tells us if you get 10 times more people, your value should go up 10 squared. And that's exactly what Cardanzo did. It went up about 100x. Awesome. So you went up, your value equals your end growth squared. So the price pump it got was 10 squared, which is equal to 100x. And that's exactly what it did, didn't it? It went from about, 2 cents to about $2, $2-3. Really cool, right? That Metcalfe's law worked on Cardanzo. So wonderful example there. And that was Cardanzo's second cycle. Okay. Now there's another coin, friends, called Aave. Remember, Aave, otherwise known as ETHLend, did an enormous intergalactic run for the ages. Aave dropped. You check this out, dude. Friends, it dropped 99.24%. And then from the bottom, you want to know what it did? Let's actually get it right here. From the bottom, it went up a gargantuan, jaw-dropping 2,000x. What a whopper of a move, man. Wow. Aave is still one of the most used protocols in all of crypto today. It's the biggest one, the biggest DeFi lending. It's basically bank money markets for crypto. You can deposit a token and it allows you to get credit to go borrow from the pools, okay? There's a supply and a borrow side, yeah? That's what Aave was the first to do. Now, Aave was able to only get this because see, Aave launched in cycle 1 here. This was its second cycle, but it was able to get this why because it had the DeFi narrative came alive in 2020. Okay, so that is a spectacular run for a recovery, right? Just showing you. That's why I'm here to show you, like the 98%, 99%. Yeah, they are fatal in most cases. But if there is a community still there, a network effect, a heartbeat, if you will, you can grow and you can reach the heights again. There's another coin, friends, I want to show you as well. It's quite wild. I'm going to play some Pumpy G music for you. When the bull market's over, we'll play with our Game Boys all day. Another coin here, friends, you'd probably never heard of it before. It's called Ergo. Ergo dropped, this is wild, right? It literally dropped a whopping 99.55%. That's what it looked like. And then in the bull market of 2021, it went back to its all-time high. So it dropped all the way down and it went all the way back. Here's like 189x. That's crazy, right? Literally came back to the all-time high. Crazy. So this is where it finished the month as a close, and then it actually came back to trade around there. So it's quite awesome. You probably never heard of Ergo. I forgot what they do. All right. But it's what I feel like though Ergo, I mean, I apologize to the Ergo community if you're out there. I've never met anybody in Ergo. I don't even know what the hell that is. People only know about it from me. I have not seen a community out there. So I don't even know how it came back. To me, I feel like it's one of those like random cherry-picked ones. But the others aren't that random. Like they had a community, network effect believers and stuff, right? And they had some narrative boosts too, right? Now the whopper, and I mean one hell of a whopper, is the miracle coin. Woof woof. Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is a miracle. Shiba Inu, friends, you all know Shiba Inu, all right? Dropped 99.99% pretty much at the start. Let's check it out. There you go. It dropped 99%, okay? It was only a 50K market cap liquidity at the bottom. And then Shiba Inu literally did a 1.8 million X return. Let's just call it 1 million X. That's right. 1 million X return. You're saying, Somi, you're telling me if I put $1 into this, I make $1 million bucks at the top? Yeah. Yeah. Wild. Shiba Inu. Now, Shiba Inu was the Dogecoin for Ethereum users back in 2020. Elon Musk adopted Doge. It was the first round of meme coin mania. We had the boosted narrative from that. You had Ethereum still in the second cycle, not cursed yet. People wanted to access into a meme coin. This community went literally through the moon. And yes, it did a wild, wild experience. This thing even dropped in the middle here, 93%. So I mean, I'm going to show you, friends, this is, you want to talk about a candle. I'm just going to show you this, okay? Because words can't even explain what you're looking at here. This, friends, this defies all logic and belief, okay? This was in 2 freaking days, okay? This thing literally did, I'm just going to show you, it did something like a 400x in 48 hours. There you go. 400x in literally 48 hours. Can you imagine someone making 400x in 48 hours and then you tell them, hey, bro, you literally just made 400x return in 2 days on your money. It's time to sell and get out. Imagine they said, nah, I'm holding. You'd be like, you'd think to yourself, the greed, the greed, the greed. And guess what? You would have been wrong. Because, you know, from the very, very, very top of that Shiba Inu pump up here, it still ran up to its top another 1,400x. What? From the top. From the top, not the bottom, from the top, another 1,400x. That's wild, bro. And yeah, if you're curious, Coinbase listing was literally right here. I kind of called the top on it, but I was like, well, I mean, like I didn't even know what Shiba Inu was. I had no idea what memes or anything were, as it was so wild, man. All I heard about from Shiba Inu was that it kind of went up and that everybody was asking about it every day on BitBoy's stream, and BitBoy was just calling it a scam. He goes, it's an insider pump and dump, but like, you can't blame the dude, bro. A coin just went up 400x in 48 hours and the coins do nothing. Back then, they actually tried to have utility, right, in coins, pretend to do something. Then Shiba Inu was like, nah, we're just another dog. What a wild experience, man. So, amazing, right? Let's actually play some angel music for everyone out there. What do you think about that? Amazing giant recoveries. Now, the story doesn't end there yet, friends, because there's a bit of a special case here, which is still running in real time. pDAI went to zero twice. You can't give that status to any other coin. That's funny. It went to zero once, 99.92% down, and then it actually recovered. And then it went to zero again. Okay, it dropped 99.79% down. So this is, you know, I guess it's an ongoing story. Man, what one hell of a story. Just think about, see, all of these friends, they're rare. I know them off by heart. I know them. You know, it might seem like a survivorship bias, right? Many coins just literally never made it. Here is Hex, friends, from Ethereum, dropping towards bottom, 99.84%. Okay, that's another one. So I hope pDAI up, eHex up, pHex up, Pulse, everything, and doing these wild, insane big moves on the way down. I hope we do have a happy ending for all of them. All right, these are some fancy pictures for you. Me dreaming and looking up to the stars. Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Yeah. Yeah. We do dream about stuff like that. You know, you're probably sitting on the sidelines going, hey, you know what's a good strategy? Like not holding something that goes down 99%. You know when people say that? I'm like, oh, first time. It's first time. Be careful with that attitude. When you think it won't happen to you, I know it will happen to you. You're probably not even going to hold it the whole way. You're probably just going to sell the lows. So, look, you don't even need to worry about that until you get market-wide euphoria. But just have a bit of a humble appreciation for how these things go. Because people only buy tops. People only get excited when things go up. They onboard everyone in there. And we're all still trying to figure out what makes crypto tick. I mean, I have the highest value content in crypto. It's not even close. I've made well over 5,000 videos by now. So yeah, I mean, but I understand, friends, like not everyone's ready for the highest value content in crypto. The world is, they're just not ready for it. Yeah. They have to hang around scum and losers and people with hunchbacks, people who skip leg day, pencil neck, noodle arm, bug eaters. You have to hang around them for a while before you see what the light is. You hang around in the dark. You got to hang around losers before you see what a winner is. Someone who's a maverick who can just palm off soy boys and go forward with strength despite not having all the answers. Because you just accept the reality. Like, dude, I'm never going to have all the answers. I don't know. That's literally, that's perpetual life. Okay, so even though with that, reality, that's actually how all traders make it. That's how all famous sports stars make it. Yeah. They're just trying to do the optimal play and the best play. That's what they're trying to do each time. So what's the optimal play for us? You know, because it feels like gambling. It's like, oh, well, you're just telling me if I just hold something, it may or may not come back. Yeah, man, welcome to life, by the way. By the way, if you get it right, you change your life forever for the better. So I think it's worth it. Okay, that's a big advantage you have in crypto. But also, we're at the privy of wider cyclical macro forces. So none of these coins were just able to recover, like literally just by themselves and do that. Okay, you needed the rest of the world and the market to wake up, and the market will reprice fundamentals and valuations and stuff out here. Also, what you get is people who sold you on the way down, when they see the rest of the market going up, they have like this muscle memory. They come back to that network effect. They go, oh, you're not dead, I'm coming back in, right? And that might be why we get retracements and recoveries in a lot of these coins. So I hope you enjoyed that, friends. These are like, yeah, some of the most spectacular recoveries. There are a few. I hope there's going to be more, way more that appear later on. They are rare. All right, so they are super rare. And it all comes down to believers. All right, the number one sin in crypto is abandonment. If a coin is down heaps, right, the PulseChain went down heaps, PulseX, Inc., Hex, right, pDAI. When a coin goes down heaps, if you see a heartbeat in the community, it increases the probability that it's going to have a good ending. Because if people are still surviving while stuff is raining outside, metaphorically, with macro cyclical forces, now you know, oh, wow, if you guys are here when it's bad, it's going to be really easy for you to be loud with a very loud megaphone when it's good. And you know what else is good? Our friendship. Your yummy strawberry milkshake. Like, subscribe, belly button all. Catch you soon.